Welcome back to the Wizard Shop, and this is a 1983 Jeep Wagoneer. Today we're going to go over its quirks and features. Let's get started.
Thanks, Doug, or Dave, or whoever you are.
Right, yeah, no, this is not going to be a Daddy Doug video. This is going to be a Car Wizard video. I want to get that straight right off the bat. We're not going to go over the quirks and features. We're going to check out this beautiful Jeep Wagoneer. This thing needs a lot of work, but yet it is in an amazing condition. We're going to take a look around this thing, inside this thing, and underneath this thing, just like we do on our Car Wizard videos. We don't just walk around and look in the interior. We actually look deep into the vehicle and see what's going on with it. This one's here for a laundry list of work. This is going to be a winter project. So you guys have seen in my shop a blue 1999 Ferrari 360 Modena. It's a really awesome blue color. The guy that owns that Ferrari also owns this. He just purchased it. And he asked Car Wizard, I got a really nice Jeep, but it needs some work. I want to bring it to its former glory, the way it should be. Are you interested? I normally don't do minor restorations, but in this case I will. He's given me basically the winter, quite a long time to do all the things that need to be done. This thing's in really good shape, but projects like this always have unexpected costs, things that weren't planned for, and this guy's totally cool with that. I have good faith in him paying the bill. He has good faith in me giving him a fair price. It's a mutual exchange, and I really enjoy doing those kinds of jobs with people. So, without further ado, let's pop the hood on this thing and talk about this really cool Jeep. It's kind of dark under here, Mrs. Wizard. It's a giant hood.
That is. Good thing I got a light.
This is the years of Jeep being owned by AMC, not Chrysler Corporation. That's why if you look all over the vehicle, you'll see this little symbol here. It's like a little triangle. It's actually got colors, it's what, blue and orange, I think, or something. That's the symbol for AMC. AMC Jeep Corporation. This engine is the 360 AMC engine. It is very low power, 140 horsepower, and roughly 230, 240 pounds of torque. It does the job, but this is during the years of emissions, choking, and I'm sure that they really choked the life out of this poor engine. Not very powerful at all, but like I said, it does the job. So this being an AMC Jeep, let's talk a little bit about AMC itself. AMC was started by a group of guys that were executives or engineers or whatnot from various other car makers. Chrysler, Ford Motor Company, General Motors. They all decided to get together and start their own company. And a lot of the parts that they use on their vehicles, they didn't do research and development and design their own parts. They each, from their knowledge of parts that for the companies they used to work for, put together cars with General Motors parts, Ford parts, Chrysler parts, and you're going to see that on this vehicle right here. Let's take a look. So the engine itself is designed by AMC. It's a 360. But if you start looking around, you'll see right here this gray colored box, aluminum colored box, is DuraSpark ignition made by the Ford Motor Company. It controls the distributor over here, which has also got Ford parts inside of it. Now we move over to the brake master cylinder. This is what you would find on an 83, 84 Chevy truck. This is General Motors brake master cylinder. This canister right here you would find on a K5 Blazer in 1983. We'll move over to the power steering pump. That's also General Motors. You would find that same pump on a Blazer or a car or a General Motors style power steering pump. So this also has a 2-barrel carburetor on it. This is the beginning of years of cars that were starting to venture into fuel injection, but this one does not have fuel injection. It has a 2-barrel carburetor, and we're going to take the air cleaner off. A Motorcraft Ford 2-barrel carburetor. You can clearly see on the corner there it says Motorcraft. It's probably like a 2100 series or a 2400 series. As soon as we get this thing up in the air, you're going to see more conglomeration of different parts and things. That's what made AMC who they were. Most of their vehicles had a mix of all kinds of different parts from different vehicles. So when you get under the hood, you think, okay, so it's going to be AMC this and AMC that. No, it's going to be Ford this, Chevy that, Chrysler this. Let's go ahead and take a look around this thing. One really cool thing that surrounds this entire vehicle is this handmade pinstriping. This is not done with decals or stickers. It's actually done by hand. And you'll see that as we go around all angles of this vehicle. Here's the Jeep AMC symbol here. It's like a blue and a red and a white, orangish color. Has a very imposing, cool-looking grille. I really like the looks of these Wagoneers. Hoovy actually has one. It's actually getting some work done to it, I think at a body shop or something. It's a brownish color. It's a Grand Wagoneer. It has the wood paneling on it. This one's just a Wagoneer. But no rust or dents here, and we can see it starts with the pinstriping, goes around. The roof's intact. All the chrome is intact and present. It's really, as far as the body's concerned, is in very, very good shape. It almost has a look of a Range Rover or Land Rover or something, the way it's got the square windows. It's very utilitarian, very off-road looking. I love it. It's got the little waves there. Move around to the corner. Again, no dents, no rust. It's not caved in. All in very good shape. This guy paid a pretty good price for this thing, but it shows because most of these are destroyed and rusted out by now, and this one is not. I really like the back of these Wagoneers. It looks like it says, I want to go camping right now. It just looks so cool. And then here we have the handmade pinstriping again. It's a mountain. And we can see here that he signed his name after he got done painting it. Stormin' Norman. I have no idea who that is. But he did a very good job. It looks really nice. These windows go up and down like a power window. So it's fully open in the back. And we go around to this side. Same story. The body's in very good shape, very clean. Again, this is a blue color, just like his other car, blue Ferrari. I think he likes blue vehicles. No rust, no dents. It's not been abused. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. The interior needs some work here or there, but all in all is in very good shape. So many of these are absolutely destroyed on the interior. The dash is in good shape, but you see things like where somebody's been trying to work on it or diagnose things, and this control module is laying down there. Low speed adjustment, centering adjustment, sensitivity adjustment. I'm not too sure what that is. It has air conditioning here. This is where you change your temperature. The carpet is in really good shape. Kind of a shag brownish color.
Oh no, that's a teddy bear.
Teddy bear?
Doesn't that look just like what's on a teddy bear?
Yeah, it kind of does. These are the ears down here. You got your four-wheel drive shifter. It's vacuum operated. All that does is move a vacuum valve. Put the transfer case in low range or high range or whatnot. That engages the front axle, two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, and then you do your low and high range down here. All vacuum operated. I really love the steering wheels on these AMC Jeeps. It's so cool. There's no other vehicle out there that has that exact style of a steering wheel. It looks really nice. And it's got a leather wrap around it with a wood center horn button. There's some wiring hanging down to a switch. I have no idea what it does. That's one of the concerns that the owner of this vehicle has, is he wants the wiring gone through. Whatever's been done, he wants it undone and brought back like it should be. The seats are in good shape, but you can see that there's tape on the seat belts. I'm not too sure what was going on there. There's also tape on this one. But for the age, the seats are really in very good shape. One of the bad things is the headliner. I don't know if they were going for the quilted look, but they didn't pull it off very well. It needs the headliner to come down and be fully redone. This Jeep deserves it. It deserves to be done right. It's in very good shape. The basis for the entire vehicle is really nice. It needs the rest of the things done to finalize it, finish it out. Take a look at the back seats. They're also in good shape. There's a car cover there in the way. Nice carpet, nice seats. And there's some custom-made subwoofers in the back you can see back there. You can see they got metal enclosures around them, kind of a protective cage. It's got some subwoofers. So I imagine it's got a good sound system, but I don't know if we were going to keep that in there or not. We'll have to see. But the interior, other than a headliner and some wiring and a few things here or there, is actually very, very nice. Trust me, guys, I've seen some of these where you open it and it's almost like my Malibu. It's like, ooh, gosh, that's nasty. This one's not nasty. The way these doors close, the way they latch, is very reminiscent to me of a Mercedes 126 chassis or a 123. It even has the same sound. Listen. It's like a bank vault. It's like, pow! Very, very nice. Very, very high quality. Well, let's get this thing on the lift. I haven't even seen underneath of it. Let's see what we find out. Start right here. We can see the radiator is brand new. It's been replaced. It's nice, shiny black color. Check the thermal clutch fan and it feels great. It's got the old V-belts. There's a little bit of seepage coming from the engine, from the oil pan itself. We can see the oil filter is a little bigger than the smart car in the last video, isn't it, Mrs. Wizard?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And there's some seepage dripping down onto this Rancho steering stabilizing shock. The shock's probably okay. It's just been beat up from over the years. We can see this front axle here is, like I said, is vacuum actuated. There's the vacuum pod with the vacuum lines going to it. Here's the vacuum lines. Take a look at the front brakes. They look fairly new. Tires look good. Nothing loose. These U-joints look good. Shocks look fairly new. They're also Ranchos.
Those are some pretty beefy shocks there.
Yes, they are. Sway bar link is good. You can see that oil pan's leaking pretty good. Something's leaking up there. We'll move over to this wheel. Nice and tight. Sway bar link is good. Some of that oil could be coming from valve cover gaskets. So it looks like the engine just needs a reseal. The owner talks about we might pull the engine and just have it rebuilt since the transmission's been rebuilt. And speaking of transmissions, we move on to the back. We can see the nice silver paint. I believe it has been rebuilt. And it's a Chrysler transmission. So we've seen a lot of Ford parts, GM parts. Now we're seeing Chrysler parts. The transmission is a Chrysler transmission. We'll check this front drive shaft. It seems good. There's a cardan joint. These hardly ever get greased. You have to move the joint all the way to the side, and there'll be a small grease circ that you use a needle greaser to get to. This one's right through here, through this hole. You can see a little disc shape. That frequently gets overlooked on these joints. It won't on this trip, but they do usually. There's the transfer case. Looks like the speedometer cable is leaking a little. Probably just an O-ring. Factory exhaust is intact, even got the catalytic converter. Check this drive shaft. It looks good. I believe this is an AMC 20 rear end. It's got drum brakes, Rancho shocks in the back. Here's our spare tire, and it's actually got air in it. That's nice. Springs look good. Not a whole lot of rust. Look up in here, you can see there's just surface rust. But this normally on most of these vehicles on these Jeeps are just rotten through here. This one looks like fairly new. I think the guy got a really good deal. He got a really nice Jeep. Very good foundation to take it from here and make it a really, really nice Jeep. Well, let's go ahead and get this big beast on the ground. So thanks for following along, guys. This is a really, really nice 83 Jeep Wagoneer. They quit being AMC owned in '86. That was the last full year of AMC ownership for Jeep. And even though that was the last year of AMC ownership, as you saw, a lot of the parts are common Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors parts, so they're still readily available. The customer brought this to me knowing that it's going to be here a long, long time. So yes, you're going to see it in the background, and you're going to say, why isn't the Car Wizard finished that? Well, we have an agreement with the customer that it's going to be here for a while. It's got a lot of work being done. So as we move along through getting this thing really, really nice, we'll do some more videos on it and keep you guys updated and if we find anything majorly wrong. But yes, it's going to be in the shop for a long time. It's not going to be here for 2 weeks and gone. It's going to be here for months. If you're curious what kind of tools we're going to use to work on this wonderful Jeep, check my Amazon affiliates link in the description below. We get a small cut. Really appreciative of that. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, I really recommend you do that now because there's so many cool things going on in the shop right now. Definitely don't want to miss out on the Malibu engine swap. Thanks for watching.